Welcome. Before beginning, please take a moment to understand the purpose and limits of this recording. This guided exercise is intended only for the development and practice of internal resources. It draws from attachment-focused resource development methods associated with the work of Dr. Laurel Parnell. This recording is not a complete EMDR therapy session. It will not guide you through traumatic memories, identify targets for reprocessing, or provide individualized mental health treatment. EMDR therapy involves assessment, preparation, treatment planning, trauma processing, and clinical judgment provided by an appropriately trained mental health professional. This exercise is not a substitute for therapy or for the care of a qualified healthcare professional. Please listen only while you are in a private setting where you can remain physically supported and undisturbed. Do not use this recording while driving, operating equipment, or performing any activity that requires your full attention. You remain in control throughout the exercise. You may keep your eyes open, change any part of the imagery, pause the recording, or stop at any time. There is no right way to experience this practice. Some people notice clear images. Others notice thoughts, emotions, body sensations, or simply a sense of knowing. Nothing needs to be forced. If difficult memories begin to emerge, or if you become significantly distressed, disoriented, disconnected from the present, or unable to settle, stop the recording. Look around the room, notice where you are, notice today's date, feel the support beneath your body and your feet against the floor. Seek support from your therapist or another qualified mental health professional before continuing. These exercises are intended to strengthen resources, not to process trauma independently. When you are comfortably oriented to the present and ready to begin, allow yourself to settle into a supported position. We will begin. Today, we're going to create another resource that you can return to whenever it is needed. This resource is called your container. Its purpose is not to make difficult memories disappear. It is not meant to deny what has happened. Instead, it gives your mind permission to temporarily set difficult thoughts, emotions, memories, or sensations aside until you intentionally choose to work with them during therapy. You remain in control of when the container is used. You remain in control of when it is opened. Nothing inside this container needs to be dealt with today. Nothing inside will be forgotten. It is simply being held until the appropriate time. Take a slow breath in and slowly breathe out. Again, breathing in and breathing out. Notice the chair supporting your body. Notice your feet resting on the floor. Notice your breathing finding its own comfortable rhythm. Now allow your mind to begin imagining a container. There is no right design. It does not need to resemble anything you own. In fact, allow it to be something that exists only here. Something you will not encounter in your daily life. This allows your mind to keep this resource separate from the ordinary objects around you. Take your time. As your container begins to appear, notice its size. It may be small, it may be enormous. It may even change size depending on what you ask it to hold. Allow it to become exactly as large as it needs to be. Notice what it is made from. Perhaps metal, stone, wood, glass, crystal, something from nature, or perhaps a material that doesn't exist anywhere else. Whatever your mind naturally creates is welcome. Take a moment to look closely. Notice its shape, its color, its texture, how solid it appears, how stable it feels. Now notice how your container opens. Perhaps there's a lid, a door, a hatch, something entirely unique. There is no correct design, only what works for you. Now notice how it closes. Does it seal tightly? Does it become completely secure? Allow your mind to create whatever is needed so that nothing placed inside leaves the container unless you intentionally choose to remove it. Perhaps your container has one lock, perhaps several. Perhaps it responds only to your touch, your voice, your intention. However your mind creates it, allow yourself to know that only you decide when it opens. No one else has access. No one else possesses the key. Take a slow breath. Imagine placing something very small inside. Perhaps a distracting thought, a worry, something you don't need right now. Watch as it settles inside. Close the container. Secure it in whatever way feels right. Notice what happens inside your body as you recognize that it can remain there until you intentionally choose to return to it. If another thought appears, there is no need to struggle with it. Simply notice it. If you choose, place that inside as well. Then gently close the container again. Some people discover that their container needs additional security. If that feels right to you, allow yourself to add whatever is needed. Perhaps strong walls, additional locks, a protective outer shell. Perhaps the container rests in a place that only you can reach. Whatever allows your mind to know that its contents remain safely contained. Remember, this container is not permanent storage. It is temporary. The things placed inside are not being ignored. They are waiting until you intentionally choose to work with them in therapy. You remain in control throughout the entire process. Your container works exactly the way you decide it works. If over time you discover there is another feature that would make it more secure, you can always return and add it. Nothing about your container is permanent. It can continue to grow along with you. Take one final look at your container. Notice that it is available whenever you need it. You may use it for thoughts, images, emotions, body sensations, or anything else that feels too much for the present moment. You can return to it whenever you choose. Now allow your attention to return to your breathing. Notice the chair supporting you. Notice your feet resting on the floor. Notice the sounds around you. Take one slow, deeper breath. Notice today's date. Notice where you are. allow yourself to become fully aware of this present moment. Gently move your fingers, move your toes. When you're ready, allow your eyes to open. Take one final breath and welcome yourself back.